My name is Craig Reeves. I am the Executive Director of the Montgomery County Boys and Girls Club, and I've been the director for this organization for 28 years. Our organization relies very heavily upon our community and, of course, the resources that the community can provide to us. We're very fortunate. The club serves close to 5,000 kids, and if it weren't not for the relationships that we have established within our community, we wouldn't be able to provide the programming that we do. Franciscan being a large part of the club's success. Also, we just had our Halloween event, and you guys went out of your ways to help us with some program activities, a bounce house and such. You've done that for us, and you've also helped us with our direct programming, particularly our healthy lifestyle program with a grant. And you guys have done a tremendous job of not just with our Boys and Girls Club, but with other not-for-profits in this town as well. You're definitely a great community partner. In terms of recently, I think a lot of people that know me in this community are well aware that my wife and I and my family suffered a tragic loss. Our 17-year-old was killed in a car accident on Good Friday a couple of years ago. And that day was actually quite a blur, as you can imagine. And we were just getting ready to prepare for us to go with Tyler's baseball team to go to Tennessee on a spring break trip. His mom had reached out to Tyler and said, hey, you need to get over to Walmart to pick up a pair of prescription sunglasses. Tyler's a very, very good athlete and was a pitcher and outfielder for the Crawfordsville baseball team. And he hated messing with his contacts. So he always wanted the prescription sunglasses. Well, they came in. So he and his two buddies were headed to Walmart when the accident happened to pick the sunglasses up. So I was actually sitting at Taco Bell in line when I got a phone call from one of the other boys' dads to say that, hey, the boys were in an accident, and the two boys that were with him were actually fine, and they're worried because they can't see Tyler. And so, of course, I was in a panic, and then we kind of ripped it right out of there and went directly to the hospital. And actually walked into the emergency room. I had one of your receptionists meet me at the door and then took us into the family lounge where I met my wife. And then at several times throughout the whole process, and I'm not sure if she was a nurse or a doctor, came out to us to give us a heads up of exactly what was going on. You had support staff that was actually with us as well in that room. We were there for a couple of hours before, things kind of took a turn for the worst. But the compassion is what I remember. It's really hard to explain unless you actually go through that process yourself. We're doing as well as you would expect. I know that for me personally, I still struggle at times, but I'm obviously able to come back to work, and I work every day. And my wife at times still, she still struggles at times, but she's back to work. We're both back in what you would call a normal routine. We have two other children, and I have a son that's 21 years old, and then we also have one that's 14 years old, and you just don't stop being a parent even after tragedy. I think this is the best thing about living in a small community, not just the fact that the hospital's been wonderful to us. This whole community has just been unbelievable to our family. Everything from my staff at work. This happened over spring break, and the number of people that actually came back on spring break to be there with our family, this just doesn't happen everywhere else, right? We're just fortunate to live in a small community that people know each other and they care about you. And that's, I think, you talk about family values, that's what Franciscan brings to this community. But I just can't imagine that people that go through this, like we have had the same support. So it's been almost 2 years, and as you can see, the wounds are still open a little bit. But the one thing that we will take from this is the fact that we're fortunate to have a caring facility in our community that will do whatever it takes to help families go through this process. I'm Craig, and I am Franciscan.